Hello everybody, thank you for joining me for this first look video. This is going to be, first look at a game that it's really cool. I've only played a little bit of it, say about 2 hours. I've read the manual a while back. I don't know how to play it all that well, but I seem to keep coming back to it and enjoying it from time to time. And I wanted to do like an official let's play or let's try. And maybe this will turn out to be something like that. But for right now, we'll just take a short first look at it and check it out, together. And I'll be learning as well. It may be new to you. It may not be, but hope you'll join me. This is first look, episode 1 at Dragon's Ruler on Steam. Let's check it out. This is a strategy simulation 4X type game. But it's not super deep. It's pretty cool. It originally caught my attention due to the hand-drawn map that you play on. It's really cool. And I love these sort of games. So let's check it out. We could read the manual at some point. If you guys want to see it, maybe I'll read it on camera. Check out the options. Not a ton of options. Difficulty medium. A boss will appear but will not participate in the invasion. Computer will also recruit weak units during exploration. The disaster rate is normal. Put it on casual, medium, or hard. We'll just play on medium. Enter key is confirmed. Allow auto territories to invade enemy countries. Okay. Display clouds. Display graphics of subordinates. Do not introduce weapons from another world. Do not display remote warfare. Do not confirm via dialogue at the end of the turn. Okay. So pretty basic options, but enough to get us going. Let's hit new game. Please choose the country that the player will control. So this is the map. Now, one weird quirk about this is that you have to use this little joystick here to look around, but check out this map. It's rather large and cool. I love maps like this. If you know me, you know that I just adore these kind of hand-drawn maps. And these are all different countries. And it's randomly generated. So if we look at, say, this one, the territory is Centrum Snowfield and the country is All-Star. Now, terrain is important. I'm not going to, teach the game in this one, but I will talk about some of the features and stuff. So, terrain is what you're going to battle on. Say we want to invade this country. We'll be fighting on tundra, and that makes a big difference based on the type of units that we have, and also the tundra will make a difference in the type of units, this country can recruit, meaning you'll be recruiting snowy tundra type units. If you're controlling this country, you can set a lord to lord over your crew, your country. There's gold in the game. You can set the tax rate. Castle walls, mines, farmland. Those are 3 things that you can set your monsters or your creatures or your whatever you want to call them, creatures, monsters, the units that you recruit. You can set them to bolster castle walls, mines, or farmland in any sort of configuration each turn if you want, and those numbers will go up and eventually start prospering. The crops, you can change the crop. Each country has its own crop. These are potatoes. Then we come down here and it's a yam, oats, stuff like that. You can change that. There's crop disasters and different disasters that can befall countries. And that's sort of an RNG random type of thing. Then there's culture, which you basically want that number to go higher. Some may even be in the Iron Age, but right now most are in bronze. There's an iron one right there. So this is a pretty prosperous country right here. Plus they have good farmland at 68, good castle walls 54. Their mines are really lacking. But they're on a plain, Iscaria. And then industry is one that you want to keep high too, or get high. But it's I don't know all the exact details. And then characteristics are stuff that eventually you'll see play out in your country. Some may already have characteristics, I'm not sure. Whether it's a disaster or something. But anyway, come here and you use this control, and you pick a country you want to play as, and these lines are sort of like dominions. If you're familiar with the Dominions game, or games, I should say, like these are the countries that are immediately touching you, that can invade you, and you can also invade them. And these blank ones are territories that are neutral peeps. So you look around and you kind of choose a country that you'd like to be, whatever it's based on. You just choose someone. If you want to be the strongest, like an iron civilization with really high stats, you can look around for that. Or you can be an underdog with low stats. I tend to play the low stat countries just because I enjoy building up from the bottom rather than controlling from the top. So there's another iron one. So I'll just generally look around, kind of see something that's interesting, like, whoa, farmland's really bad in this country. Priscilla. They have the cassava. I'll find one that's like interesting. That one's not too bad. Castise. Territory number 10, the Volterra Forest. It is a forested terrain. All kinds of peeps, though, are all connected to us, but we could expand neutrally here and even look to take over Narlos. We could come up this way, which gives us access to this continent. There's an iron civilization. There's an iron civilization. There's an iron civilization. There's an iron civilization. Oh my gosh. We're going to get crushed if we play that one, which, you know, is fun too. You can always play it on casual and you know, have fun building your little country that's not too good, building them up, which is what I generally like to do. So even this one, Guineas or Guineas, the Del Cheeto Island, not a lot going on here. Those are really terrible stats, as you can tell just by looking around. Let's see who else there is. This is a desert of Lunariska. But again, they have some neutrals that you could possibly take over. The neutrals will get you into the different continents. And yeah, I think maybe we'll play as Lunariska. So they each have a flag, which is really cool, the different flags. You can find ones you like and play those. But all we do, and also display national, we can display the units. So check this out. These are the desert units that we generally get access to. Now, you can go on expeditions. You can send your units that you recruited on expeditions, and they may find any sort of unit to join. Plus, there's other events and stuff. There's dungeons, lots of cool, like, interactive stuff like that. But if we click here, we'll change it to player or CPU. But let's look at the units. So there's air elementals, the Simurgh, the cockatrice, the death worm, the fire elemental, skeletons, dark elves, and blaze gargoyles. So those are the desert type units. And if we look around, each country, even though they're also desert, will have slightly different, you know, units. These ones have sting, chimeras, death in a box. Oh my gosh, that sounds terrible. And then we go to the plain, and there's totally new units. So tons of different monster units, which is really cool. Ooh, I like this. A monk, a griffin, drake, troll, orc, and minotaur lord. Now if we go back to national, we could also re-roll the data if you want. Oh yeah, they're a pretty strong country. That's why. This one doesn't seem strong. Their mines are terabad, but Farmland 68 is going to generate them some money. But we'll go ahead and play as Lunariska, and then you just hit start. There's different data in the current save slot. If you don't want to overwrite them, select another slot. Just say yes. You can pick your slot out of 6 here. I'll just overwrite my first one. And current slot is 1, so confirm. And we've overwritten it. All right. Great and glorious king, congratulations on your ascension to the throne. The era of Stradia's unification, which lasted 130 years since the last Great War, came to an abrupt end 10 years ago when the raging ancient dragon appeared out of nowhere to attack. Now Stratia is divided into many small nations where demonic beasts spread everywhere. The various lords use the power of these beasts to fight and vie for control of the continent. The raging ancient dragon, which wreaked destruction and without mercy, is said to have become a lord itself, residing somewhere on this continent. Some of these demonic beasts have joined our military forces and are helping us in the management of the country, becoming a powerful force. Our country must also use the power of these beasts to resist and quickly rebuild this devastated land. We can scroll that. Okay, close. First year, first month, and now everybody's getting a turn, and it'll come to us based on the territory number. As you can see, it's going through the different territories. You can set the CPU speed to fast or slow. I set it to slow because I think that is based on how smart they are. Well, yeah, I mean, if you set to slow, they're going to be a bit smarter than if you set to fast. Fast is just going to bong, 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 bong. Go through them really fast. I set it to slow. Those are the two options. All right, and the climate is mild. Can it close? We're on Nesbian Island, turn 1. We can look at our national stats there. Our crops are plus 28. Farmland's only 32 if you look on the right. It gives 28 gold though. Mine resources give 16. Industry gives 7. Maintenance is 0 right now, so our revenue is 51 gold. Now if we look to the right, you'll see funds, 1639. That's our total amount of money. And 51 gold is the amount that we get per turn based on this on the left here. So once we hire units, that number is going to go way down, I find. I'm not going to say I'm playing this well or anything. It's just going to be me playing it. I will play it terribly, so beware for that. It looks like if we look at industry, 5 going down 1, that's not good. I don't know how we can avoid that, but let's open the command here. This is what we do first. Bong bong. When you're not sure what to do, try asking for the opinions of your subordinates with the question mark. And these are all the commands in the game. So we can start at the bottom, question mark, listen to subordinates' opinions. I'm going to click that. There are no units in Nesbian Island. You'll need units to manage the country. You can hire units with the hire command. It gives you the command, just right there, hire units. But let's look. View troop strength. We don't have any troops. Scout other territories. You can do a public investment. You can enter the dungeon, which you have to find the dungeons first. You can choose a lord for your country. Our lord is currently absent. Change your crop. If you don't want the chickpea or whatnot, you can change it. Move troops. Send money to another territory to kind of garner diplomacy. Send your troops on an expedition to look for different things. You can hire units, as we saw. Set tax rate. The lower, the better in some cases for your industry. But if you're tight for money, you may want to raise it a bit or whatnot. Plot intrigue against a neighbor. That's an option. Build city walls. That's going to directly impact your city walls score of 19 over there. This will directly impact it, and we can select which units we want to work on. And each unit will have a different workability score for both, building city walls, developing mines, and developing farmland. That's what these 3 are. They each have work scores, and you can select them to work, and it'll give you a little dice roll. And then based on the dice roll, you could add some points to the score to the left, so raising those stats. You can dismiss units as you wish. Delegate territory governance. That makes it AI controlled if you want, if you just want to see the AI play, you can delegate that to the AI. We saw the game settings. You can view the manual. You can end your turn. Delegate this to your subordinates. I'm not sure what that means. Or quit the game. So as you can see, it's not incredibly deep, but it has enough features to make things interesting. So as you can see, if we look at these other countries now, we can't see too much about them. We just know what we've heard from these major countries. So, characteristics. It looks like this country of Rosarka in the Barashi Desert hit a gold vein. So their characteristics, gold vein, that's going to bring them some money and such. But if you look at their crops, the date palm, they have a skull next to it, which means they have some sort of disaster befalling their crops. So that's something to keep an eye on as well. So can't know too much about the neutrals. We're surrounded by neutrals. But let's look at what we want to do. So first things first, we want to hire some units. Let's click it. So we get the option of all these units, and they all have individual stats. How cool is that? These units can battle in war against other countries. When you send them to invade, they can defend your country, and they can do all the other tasks that were aforementioned by me. So let's look at what we've got here. The Blaze Gargoyle. If you look at price, that one is a whopping 2,400. We only have the 1,639. Maintenance cost is going to be how much you pay each month. And then down here, features, manipulates fireball. It's adept at dodging close range attacks, resistant to fire, vulnerable to cold. So if we ever were to press, higher all the way up to the cold countries, the Blaze Gargoyle would start to lose efficacy. So this is also important too. The stats, you have HP for when they're in battle. Their disposition, some are chaos, some are neutral, some are good. Best we have is neutral and chaos. They have a strength stat, which you can go over in the manual, see what these exactly do. The Deathworm, intelligence of 5. These colors are based on the red is bad, the yellow's pretty good, and the white is I don't know, white seems high or average. Intelligence, dexterity, agility, charisma, luck. Ranged attack, if any, resistances, and it shows you their advantageous terrain. It's a desert. Unfavorable terrain will be tundra. Keep them out of there. Keep them out of the cold. Weakness is cold. Any other weakness, and evolution. So evolution is once they hit a certain amount of XP, you can evolve them to the next step of whatever they may be. But you would look at a skeleton and wonder, why would you want it? It looks pretty terrible, but low endurance, but has physical resistance and low maintenance cost. The maintenance cost is only 3. You can load up on skeletons. They're going to be resistant, but also have some units that are powerhouses. And what's going to happen if you go into combat is the RNG is going to pair your one unit that you own with a unit of the enemy, basically. So if your skeleton happens to go up against a physical dynamo, the physical dynamo might want to take or be able to take out your strong attackers. But say it hits the skeleton and it has the physical resistance, and somehow the skeleton takes the brunt of those attacks for 3 or 4 turns. That's going to neutralize that unit for a bit, let your attackers work their way in. So if that makes sense, that's kind of how the combat works. Let's go ahead and hire some units. Let me look around here. Ooh, this one has a range attack of fireball. Not sure what the 25 means. Dark elves have pretty high stats, only a 3 strength. Let's see, they're skilled in desert. These guys are pretty expensive. Skilled in desert terrain, intelligent, attacks from a distance with powerful fireballs, chaotic in nature but charismatic, and capable in internal governance. So the charisma 30, that's very high. Intelligence 30, that's very high. These guys would make good lords of your country, basically. So, Dark Elf Skeleton, Fire Elemental. These guys look pretty good. Attacks with fireballs and is immune to fire. Shows the resistance to fire. Doesn't say immune though. I might have to make a comment about that and change resistance to immune for some units. Pretty good stats otherwise too. And this Deathworm specializes in desert terrain, strong in both health and attack power, but weak against cold attacks. I don't think we have to worry about cold too much around here in this part of the world. Cockatrice specializes in desert terrain. It's lost the ability to petrify. However, it can attack from a distance with powerful sonic waves, sound waves. Just don't put it in a swamp or against elves, but overall pretty good. Nice luck. So Cockatrice would be good on expeditions or different things that involve luck. Going in dungeons and stuff. The Simurgh, extremely fast, has very high evasion against close range attacks, vulnerable to wind attribute magic. So the weakness are wind and elves. Very good agility, so that's in blue. So this is another unit that you'd want to have, get lucky and match up against some kind of strong but slow attacker. They're going to keep missing while your units slaughter all the rest of their units. So one way to do it, I will go ahead. Let's see, a Simurgh and then Air Elemental. Extremely fast, attacks with Blades of Air. These guys are pretty pricey, but they have nice agility too. Weak to golems, attack with Windblade 18, ranged attack. I'm going to go ahead and get us a Simurgh. You can see what they look like. Very cool. We'll hire one of them. Simurgh has joined the unit. I don't know if there's a way to rename your units. Now for governance, the only charisma could be a Simurgh, not great intelligence though. Could be a fire elemental, 20 intelligence, 15 charisma. Wow, skeleton charisma minus 50, they're terrible. But dark elf, we'll get a dark elf just to have as a lord. Very beautiful. Go ahead and hire. So this unit this turn we kind of want to hire our units. Let's see, powerful sound waves. Cockatrice. Well, they're pretty expensive. So our death worms, you can see that maintenance really getting up there. Strong health, strong attack power. Fire elemental, they're pretty pricey too. Skeletons, they have 16 strength. We might be able to throw them like to do castle walls and stuff. It could be cheap labor. I don't know if that's exactly how it works, but air elementals, yeah, everything's very pricey. Let's get another Simurgh. I like them. We're down to 1209. If we're gonna pay 200 for a unit, actually, let's get another skeleton for Fitty. Tree Fitty. Dark elf. No. We're gonna pay 200. Might as well get a cockatrice. How about another Simurgh? And maybe another skeleton. We'll try out this lineup. So if we go back, we can look at our troops. We can have a total of 10, I believe. So for right now, maybe let's leave it at 8 so we can maybe hire any ones that we find. So let's check out the stats. It shows their level. It shows max HP out of HP. Their attribute. Neutral, chaos. Maintenance shows what we pay each turn for them. Loyalties. Wow, skeletons are super loyal. This is basically 0 to 100 and they're 150, so that's incredible. It shows their XP. I did not realize they'd be super loyal, the skeletons. And cockatrice is 90, so this can go down really low too for start. Like, I've seen it at 30 for a unit that you just recruited. And that just means, could cause trouble in the future. Now what we want to do, well, we can't do anything else this turn pretty much. If we try to assign them to anything, like work on the farmland, work on the chickpea crops, we can't really click one to do it. Like, please, we have to wait for next turn. But we can get an idea of their power, colonization power. Skeletons are not very strong, it looks like. 31, that's low. 79 is obviously better. 151, that's really nice. So the cockatrice is where it's at for that. So actually, while we're at it, mind getting another cockatrice. 200. Alright, yeah, let's just go with the plan. I don't think there's anything else we can do except maybe lower taxes if we want to. Because our industry's going down 1. So this turn, now see, our maintenance has changed our labor costs. So we're actually minus 40G from our 51G, so not much going on there, but if we were to lower it, it's going to minus 48. Industry would take a little bit more, but let's see what happens. 25%. Try to save that 5 industry. And then there's really nothing else we can do. We can do a public investment. This is pretty interesting. Each of these has a different effect on the public. So for example, if you build a well, dig wells to improve access to clean water, and it shows you what it does. If your culture is below 50, then it'll add 5 culture and 10 people's happiness. And they each cost a different amount of gold. I don't know if there's anything that raises industry right there. Paved road. Lay cobblestone roads to improve transportation. If industry is below 50, industry plus 5, happiness plus 10. Let's do that. Bong bong, invest 400. Boom. Industry 5 to 10, happiness plus 10. Industry went up exactly 5. And it's a good start. Oh, and our leader is a Simurg. I don't know how that happened. I guess he's just chilling for now. But we'll do more next turn. Like, we can't really select the Lord in the first turn that we hire them. We can't set them to work the farms the first unit turn we hire them. We just have to chill. I don't think there's anything else we can really do. I don't know what plot intrigue is, really. Send money, move troops, so there's not a lot we can do. We can't even scout because we don't have... We have to pick our units that we want to scout. So let's just end the turn. It looks like we are out of moves. It's not Del Cheeto Island turn. You want to end it for Nesbian? Yes. And we continue like this, looking at the different flags. CPU is thinking, let them take their turn. You could go make yourself a burrito or a grilled cheese sandwich. And when you come back, you'll have another turn. Enjoy your sandwich. Or salad if you'd like. And plan this run in the background a bit, and, you know, it's pretty fun. You'll start seeing more develop. I have it, well, I don't know if it's setting actually, but we could watch or skip different countries invading each other, and it shows the actual battles. I find them really cool because there's a very big random kind of element to it in that, you know, you don't know which unit of yours is going to match up with which unit of theirs. So it's pretty interesting. Our industry did go down 1, and it's still going -1 for some reason. We have a lot of ground to make up. This is a terrible country, but still, it's just fun to mess around. I'm not really trying to win or anything. So what do we want to do first? I think first we have to choose a lord. This simmer got a little more loyalty because for some reason it thought it was the Lord. But we know God is the Lord, but we're going to make the Dark Elf the Lord of our land. I guess this affects castle walls somehow. But I know that, like, that's not good. Disposition chaos. Strength isn't great, but the intelligence and charisma will help. Dark Elf has been appointed Lord. I don't know what that did for us. I mean, in terms of, like, he's the leader, so that's going to help. His charisma and intelligence will filter down to others. Now his loyalty is 102. And it'll filter down different traits or whatnot. But let's try to get some money going. It looks like farmland is our best bet over the mines. So we develop farmland, and now we choose who we want to develop. So we see the colonization power. Let's see. Let's try to get a skeleton. +0 points, so he failed. Another skelly? +0, could not produce results in this task. Another skelly? Failed again. Now Simurg as a 79 power, failed. 79 is still not that high. Simurg succeeded, +1 point. Thanks to the efforts of the Simurg, the farmland of Nesbian Island has expanded by +1. Nice. Now I'm saving the cockatrice for a reason. If we go back and we go to send on an expedition, the cockatrice, oh, I'm sorry, I was wrong about that. Their expedition power is only 50. So the Simurg is actually better to send on an expedition. Skeletons are just terrible, but the Dark Elf is the best that we have. Send on an expedition. Oh, look what it found. Dark Elf has discovered a manticore. It specializes in the desert. Check out these stats, yo. Charisma 0, but specializes in the desert. Weakness is Griffin. Yes, it's Hiram. So there we go. We just got a manticore. So there's stuff like that. It's just really cool. Look at the manticore. Its loyalty is only 40, so that's got to come up. But we can set it to do something next turn. We can utilize it for work or whatnot. Let's try to develop our mines a bit. Cockatrice is left, so they're really good at work, but they're not great at expeditions, but +1 point. The mines went up, and the Simurg +0. So we don't have good workers. Pretty much everything is all bad about this country, but still fun. So they've all been used, all our units, so there's not much else we can do this turn. So can I send scouts out? If like everybody's worked. So here's another thing, escape power, reconnaissance power and escape power. Some can reconnaissance, but if they don't have good escape power, they may end up getting caught or killed. So you want good escape power and decent reconnaissance, which of course we don't have. Manticore. See, you can't select any of these units. They've already acted this turn. So let's hit end turn. And keep it moving. So this is Dragon's Ruler. Now combat is really cool. I'll see if I can get into combat next episode, because we're probably at the limit of our time here. How long we've been playing? 33 minutes. 1 year, 3rd month, and you try to take over the world basically with your little country or big country, whatever you're rolling with. You can see these stats going by. There's a lot of interesting stuff, a lot of skulls, a lot of different, crop ailments. Some even have boons, like you'll see a sun. I don't know if that's a boon or if that's like people are getting heat stroke or something. I don't know. There's bugs. And here we are back here. So our revenue expenses is actually -1. Our industry keeps going down. I wouldn't know how to plug this leak here. But if we want to see combat, click move our troops into another territory. Maybe we should just scout them. But yeah, combat actually has both sprite, or both the character art, and they have attacks, they throw fireballs, they do their stuff. It's very cool. It's auto battler though, so you don't really have any say in it. Let's show scouting. Scout here. So the best one to send would probably be, we don't have anything to work with. I guess the dark, oh no, not our lord. Let's send the Manticore. Manticore failed, but managed to escape from the pursuers of Darkest Strait thanks to its agility. Send a Simurg. failed, but managed to escape. Right. A 10 in reconnaissance is not going to get us very far. So we'd be better maybe just moving troops, like if we wanted to attack. I don't know if we'd be better doing that. But, you know, we can invade and get in a fight. Let's see what happens. Let's send everybody remaining. Should have sent my Manticore, but... and select which time of day you want to do it. Nighttime. Sneak attack. And this is combat. Lunariska versus neutral. Of course, we didn't scout them. Who knows what they have? Oh my gosh, they've got a Cancer, a Siren, and here's the combat. Whoa. Bong bong. Yeah, we're gonna get so rocked. Oh, they only have 2 units. Look at that, the Siren and Cancer. But they're 2 units that are gonna rock us. Oh, look at the skeletons being useful. So we can withdraw, view our troops. We have 6, they have 2. Continue battle, see how it goes. Probably not good in our favor because, yeah. Oh, that hurt. So you see how the different ones match up, and it's like look at it, the big crab only does 2 to the skeletons. That gives us another turn. Although the Siren has taken them out, we could withdraw, which would be the smart thing, but I'm just going to keep showing you guys this. Semi-auto battle. On, off, not sure what that means. Battle speed is normal. Yeah, we have no answer for that crab. And Siren's harp. Oh, we do have an answer. Fire. Oh, look at that. It only does 2 to the Skelly. If only we could continue throwing fire at the crab, but you just never know how it's going to play out. Oh, missed. Oh, down goes our Dark Elf. So you really, when you're invading, want to have better units. Like, skeletons are useful, though. We saw one do 18 damage or something. They use their auto, their better attack sometimes. Like, they use that. Oh. The Siren's probably resistant to the sound. Yeah, it's just a matter of time that we lose here. Oh, that time it hit for 18. There goes my cockatrice. But yeah. Had we scouted them, we'd see what they had and maybe prioritized Dark Elves. Or picked another region. Oh, we only have 1 troop left, this guy. A Simurg. Oh, we're getting free hits. It's a great agility. I'm not sure what DF means. Defensive force? I don't know. I have to check the manual. Oh, look at this. We're like cheesing the game. It's so fast that it's basically flying around this Simurg or this Siren. Oh, caught her. Caught him that time. And now you have to deal with the crab, and that's not going to go well. And it's over. So they've successfully defended. Our units were destroyed. The forces of Lunariska have been completely wiped out. Battle ends. But yeah, that's not something you'd want to do in a real game. But just something to show you guys. So you can take over different countries, of course, and start building them up. So overall, it's a really cool game. The dev is very active. You can talk to him on Steam, as I have. And he really loves this game, it seems. So this has kind of been, refined over time and developed, which is always good to see. And there's a lot of different commands and stuff. You can do expeditions, like we found the Manticore. You can discover dungeons, go in dungeons, plot intrigue, whatever that entails. You can do a lot. And it's really cool. Keep building up your stats, your castle walls so you don't get invaded, your mines, your farmland, your culture, eventually get to the Iron Age and beyond. And yeah, you can pick a much better starting country than I did. But yeah, that's all I wanted to show you guys for this one. A little quick demonstration type deal. Thank you for watching. I appreciate y'all. Check this out on Steam. The link will be in the description. And thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed and maybe learned something. If you did, before leaving, guys, please like, comment, subscribe, as always. That just helps more people see this video, which, spreads the news of this game a bit more, which is always fun. Lets people see something new. Maybe they want to try it, something like that. So, alright, guys, we're going to exit out here. Stay tuned for the next video. I don't know if we'll do an official Dragon's Ruler let's try or let's play, but it was fun showing it off this time. So let's see, how can I actually get to the main menu? I'll quit the game. So I hope you join me for another video, whenever it may be. Until then, guys, be well, live well, stay well, and much love, peace, and joy to all of you and yours. Ciao for now.